Okay, so this is our third lesson on our matrix unit. I'm hoping that again you are all understanding what we're doing. If you want to recap on network matrices, just look for the video of 5B. The link will be there shortly. Okay, so the next part is now learning to add and subtract your matrices. Okay, and there are a couple of rules when it comes to adding and subtracting a matrix. You can't just go and start adding and subtracting any matrix that you like. Okay, there's no examples there, but you need to abide by some rules. Okay, so when you add or subtract a matrix, okay, you're actually adding and subtracting the same elements that are in the same position. Okay, so you have to subtract or add the numbers that are in the same position. So let's say you have like these two matrices here. I'll just make a really basic matrix, like a 1, 2, 0, 4. 5, 3, 1, 8. Okay, so when you add these matrices, you need to add the ones that are in the same position. So this matrix, element here must be added with this element here. Okay, this element must be added with this element. Okay, this element must be added with that element, and the last one, this element with that one. Okay, so you can't just go randomly adding any numbers. You've got to add the ones with the same elements. Okay. Same thing with subtracting. And the other rule is when you're adding and subtracting, both of the matrices, so both of them have to have the same order. Okay, same order. Now, if you've forgotten what order is, that's referring to the number of rows and the number of columns. So let's say this, for example, you can do because the order of this would be a 2 by 2. 2 rows, 2 columns. And this is also a 2 by 2. Okay, you can actually add them together. What you can't add is, say, for example, this. Let's just make a random one. And let's say you have like minus, and then it'll be like this. Okay, you can't actually do these because there's not enough elements in the second matrix to do it. And this is a 3 by 2, so 3 rows, 2 columns, and this is a 2 by 2. They have to have the same order, okay? So this matrix here, okay, can't be done, okay, because you can't add them or subtract because not the same order, okay? It has to be the same exact order. So you're saying that what if it was a 3 by 2 and like a 2 by 3? That's still, yeah, that still wouldn't work because the elements are not in the same position. So let's say, for example, good question, Nancy. So let's have like a 2 by, no, let's make this a 4 by 3. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, it's the same exact thing for adding, Emma. Um, it's got to be the same amount of rows and the same rows in the same columns. So let's say it was this. So this is a 4 by 3, and it will make this a 3 by 4. So this is now a 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7. I'm just making up numbers, guys. 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, and this is a 3 rows by 4 columns. Now, the reason why you can't do this is, remember, the rule is you have to add the same ones in the same element. So that means, okay, you can do this and this. You can do this and this. You can do 3 and that one. You can also do this and this with this element with this element, this element, that element, this element, that element, this element, that element. Okay, but then you're leaving out, okay, you're leaving out these guys. Okay, and these guys. They're not being added or subtracted with anything. Okay, so it's impossible to do it. You can't add them or subtract them. Okay, so that one you can't do either. Now, let me give you a quick example with the calculator um, and why that won't work. So let's say I'm going to make two different matrices here. I'll use this matrix. Okay, and I might go plus. I'll make another matrix here. Let's go with, so that's a 3 by 3. I might go with 3 by 2, for example. Okay, so I'll just make up my own numbers, and you'll see what will happen if you try and do this on your CAS. Error, doesn't work. Okay, dimension mismatch, which means the order, so the actual order of each matrix doesn't match, so you can't add them or subtract them. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Hopefully that made sense. Ask questions as we go, guys. I really appreciate it. So let's do some of these by hand. Complete the following addition and subtraction of matrices. So the first part is write the addition. Now, you don't have to actually do this because it does take a lot of work. But just for the sake of doing the example properly, I will show you how the textbook expects you to do it. So let's start by writing the addition. So when it says that, okay, you have to literally write what you're going to add. So the first one is 2 plus the 9. So that's the first one, 2 plus 9. The next one will be the 4 and the 8. So this element here will be 4 plus 8. The next one will be 5 plus 9. So this bottom left, 5 plus 9. And the last element will be 1 plus negative 1. So what that's essentially saying is just 1 minus 1. Okay, because the positive and the negative become a negative, yeah? The next part is add the elements that are in the same positions. Okay, and now you basically just evaluate it. Okay, so the first one, 2 plus 9 is 11. 4 plus 8 is 12. No, 5 plus 9 is 14. And 1 minus 1 is 0. There it is. There's my matrix. Nice and easy. Again, the same principle is just add the matrices in the same positions. Yeah. Make sure you add them. Oh, I've kind of skipped. All right, well, whatever. I think I skipped question 1. It says write the addition. I've already written it. It's already up there. Okay, let's do another one for B. Okay, the one right there. Okay, always write your matrix first. So we'll do that. This just helps you to actually visualize what you're doing here. And you'll notice, let me draw that again. Try to give yourself room when you do this. Try not to like squash everything together. Use as much space as you need. So the first one there is 7 take away 4. So 7 minus 4. That's the first element on the top left. And you can go with any element. I normally just go, you can go by rows or by columns. Doesn't really matter. But the next one is 3 take away the 2. So this one here, 3 minus 2. Let's change color. 2 take away negative 1. So keep in mind that when you have a negative and a negative, it becomes a positive. Okay, so 2 take away negative 1. That negative with that negative will become a positive. Next one is 8 take away 9. So this one over here, 8 minus 9. Okay, just don't forget to underline them. And the last two, 1 take away 3. Okay, so the bottom left, 1 minus 3. Okay, and the very last one, 0 minus 7. Okay, that one there, 0 take away 7. Okay, and then we evaluate it. All right, always try to draw your matrices nice and neatly, guys. Just makes it easy for you. Okay, so 7 minus 4, so the first element on the top left is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. 2 plus 1 is 3. 8 minus 9 is negative 1. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. And 0 minus 7 is negative 7. Oh, didn't change color. Okay, but that's basically it for those matrices. Really quickly, why is 8 minus 9 when they're both positive? Okay, good question, Negisti. Okay, now having a look at these two elements here. Let me just rub this out. Okay, if you look at what's happening here, this is saying 8, take away this 9. So positive 8 minus positive 9. That's what that's saying. 8 take away 9. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. 8 minus 9. That's what it's saying. Okay, and if you want, let's put that in a calculator, Kaz's, so we can actually see how it all works out. So real quick, I'll do it like this. So I have to make a custom matrix for this. So there's 3 rows and there's 2 columns. Okay, we'll start with. Let me rub this out. You can't see anything. Okay. Oops. Okay, so first one is 7, 3, 2, 8, 1, 0. Okay. I don't have to store it. You can if you want to, but I'll just leave it at that. Take away, and then I'll make another matrix. Same thing. Remember, the rows and the columns have to be the same whenever you take away or minus a matrix. Okay. So this is going to be 4, 2, negative 1, 9, 3, and then 7. Enter. And let's clarify we got the right answers. Okay, sorry guys, why isn't this working? Work for me. Okay, let me quickly just do this. Okay, where are we? There it is. Okay, sorry. So 3, 1, 3, negative 1, negative 2, negative 7, and that is correct. That's what we got. Okay, easy. We'll do maybe one more example, but just for people using that website, okay? Because I know that it sucks that you don't get to have a matrix calculator. Oh, you don't have your calculator with you, so we'll just use this. So I'll just get rid of all this so you don't get confused. Okay, so let's say you have a matrix. We'll go with maybe, remember that the rows and the columns have to be the same. So I'll use another 3 by 2 here. Actually, let's use another one. Let's go a bit fancier. Let's go 2 by 4. Ooh, fancy. 2, 3, 4. I can use any number I want. Negative 5, 3. Okay, there. So you're gonna go. Yep. Matrix A. I've called that. Okay. Yep. So that's matrix A. And then I'll go with matrix B. Make another one. Remember, this has to be a 2 by 4 as well. So we'll go any number you like. 5, 6, 8. 0. You can see now, guys, why if you do have your CAS with you, it's a lot easier to work with, I think. But you can use this as well. So I have matrix A and matrix B. So now all I do is I go A, capital A, sorry, take away B, and there's my answer. Okay, there's my answer there. Or I could even go B minus A because they both work. Oops. B, take away A. Okay. Or I could go plus A. It's up to you. That's that. Okay, let's keep going. Finishing off these notes. All right, so the zero matrix. So this matrix here is a bit silly. I find every year. I don't know what's in there, but I'll just teach it to you anyway. In a matrix, every element. So in a zero matrix, every element is a 0. The following examples are zero matrices. It's just saying every element, okay, every number in the matrix is 0. Just as in arithmetic and with ordinary numbers, adding or subtracting with a zero matrix does not make or change anything. Okay, it doesn't change the original matrix. For example, this plus 0, or this matrix plus this matrix, which is 0, equals the same thing. This matrix minus this matrix equals the same thing. Okay, this matrix here minus this matrix here will equal, well, we can see it becomes 0 there. Okay, I don't know why that's in there, but yeah. But cool, that's basically it from me. I won't include this complete worksheet one part, but your task for today, guys, is to do 5C 1 to 4. Okay, I'll stop that video now.